Woo! Alright. That should have us live now. Let's just double check to know if Iggy's working. Should be. Pretty much accidentally tested this multiple times. Yep, there it is. My subscriber window is still kind of busted. No idea as to the why. Oh well. It's not really necessary right now, because my subscriber count is actually on the actual stream manager, so it's a lot easier to see. Alright, minimize. Open up Discord. Oh yes, and welcome to our new opening or starting of the stream. It's a little bit late in the afternoon. I tend to, I guess because my sleep schedule is kind of all over the place, I should stream more in like the early afternoon hours and then early evening. But it's not too bad. Whew. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to double check to see my microphone was working all well and stuff. Apologies for the creaking. My chair has some creaks in it occasionally. I should grab a drink. I feel like I definitely should grab a drink before we get really into this. Alright, stream's looking good. How we doing? Oh, sweet, sweet. We're outputting at 1080-60. Apologies for anyone that watched my stream a couple of days ago. Across any of the streams I've done over the past couple of days, I hadn't yet fully set it up so that the streams would be outputting 1080-60. So because of that, streams before were, I think if I remember correctly, streams before were only 720-30. Which when I was playing, when I was streaming through PlayStation, they eventually did update it, so it did actually do 1080-60 if I remember correctly, or 720-60, one of those two. And it was great because I could output in 60 FPS. I believe so. I'm pretty sure it was 720. But I'm like, I can stream from my PC now. But I noticed that my FPS was always set to 60 FPS for my stream. So for a minute, I was very confused and I didn't understand how to change it and whatnot. And I just today found the actual solution to fix that. So now we are full outputting at 1080-60. We seem to be streaming quite well. Yeah, we have our Final Fantasy XIV set as our game. That is probably one of the most annoying things I had to deal with when I did stream from console. The game didn't always seem to carry over properly. So there were a lot of times where it didn't actually pop up like it was supposed to. Mostly because I, what was it? Oh my god, my brain just super blanked. Holy crap. Fuck, I can't. My brain is not working. Holy crap. Okay, that's weird. Can I not do this? Is this not... I thought I already did this. Okay, I'm gonna have to just get rid of that for right now. It's not super important, I guess, so it's not a big deal. Put that on there. Schedule and countdown doesn't really matter right now because I'm not using it. So we'll close that. Give this a refresh. Oh, okay. So I think I know what I was trying to say earlier. Pretty much, basis of what I was trying to say was when I streamed from console. One of my biggest annoyances I had was that you would start up the game, because you always had to start up the game first. You would start to stream the game if you were in a not blocked scene, which had its own issues, obviously. But you'd make sure you weren't in a blocked scene, and you would stream the game. You'd start to stream the game. Obviously, you'd pick to see if you want the chat on the screen, if you want a little extra banner on the bottom, if your webcam thing is set up, what do you want to output at, and blah, 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 stuff like that. But you'd figure, since the system was what was streaming, it would have the game, and you had to link your Twitch and stuff in order to get it to stream to either Twitch or YouTube. You'd figure with all of that being the case, it would understandably, you would think, when I'm streaming to Twitch or whatever, that the game should automatically be added to the stream. And most of the time it did somewhat. It was like, I honestly, I want to say it's more of a 50-50 situation. Because I feel like half the time it didn't add the game proper, and half the time it did. Or sometimes it would add the game, but it wouldn't add any tags that are associated with the game. So it always had like little issues. So a lot of the times when I was streaming, at least a little while after I started streaming, I realized I'm going to have to fix this. I'm going to have to change this over to make this, to open it up on my phone or whatever, and then be like, all right, cool. What is it we're doing? We're playing 14. Select the game, add the tags, blah, blah, blah. 9 times out of 10, I'd have to do that just to be sure. But yeah, I'm glad that now when I stream, I don't have to worry about that as much. As once I set the game, Twitch actually does add the game in, and it adds whatever relevant tags that it sees fit, like the default tags, and then whatever tags I add on top of that. For those that are new, this is kind of a newish layout. The background image looping has been there before, past couple of days, obviously. But we now have a chat block that is visible on stream. Obviously, you won't see like a border or anything for it. Instead, when people put anything in the chat, it'll pop up on the screen and it'll stay there for like a little while, but not for too long. It disappears over time, but there's that. We also have a tip cup, which I added because I wanted something like kind of interactive almost that would be on the screen during like moments like this when we're just starting, or during the be right back moments. And then that's why the chat is also in here as well, and alerts are obviously visible on the screen. But that's it. It fills the space really nicely. It has its own little theme going and whatnot. The cup, however, will be sticking around on the live scene. I've decided to keep it. It's just shrunk down and more in the corner and whatnot, for obvious reasons. The chat block will not be returning in live scenes because I feel there's nowhere I can put it in most games that it won't be somewhat of a hindrance. So it's better just to keep it on like the stream starting screen and whatnot. I want to listen to see if I can hear myself, but then I know it's going to come through on the stream, and I don't want to have to worry about that. So I'm going to have to just deal with it for right now. Alrighty then. So yeah. We got our channel points and whatnot in here. I kind of forgot that those are a thing. They're called bytes in my chat, whereas bits are like digits. Alright. So we are now 12 minutes into the stream. I'm going to switch over to our actual game. You guys obviously could probably hear the game already as I don't have it muted. I will probably from now on try to keep the game muted when we're on the stream starting screen and the be right back screen, just as a way to limit the sensory overload that could happen with all of this, because there's a lot. There's a lot. There's not too much on the screen right now. It's just the basic stuff. But if we were ever to get like a crap ton of viewers, this could be relatively hectic. So the addition of a song or something playing from like a launcher or whatever could potentially be a bit much. Right now we're lucky because Final Fantasy has such easy, soothing music that I can just keep that on the screen and it's not a big deal. Thank you, Iggy, for reminding everyone we do have a Discord. Feel free to join if you so choose. But yeah, switch over to our live scene. You can see the layout I decided to go with. There we are. Yes, we're playing 14 today. And it looks pretty good on the stream as well. Not entirely sure why I opened the actual stream manager video and have it playing in the background, but mostly I wanted to make sure the quality was coming through on my end. But a lot of these functions that the stream manager has are on my Streamlabs, so it's not entirely necessary to have this open. But It's not too bad because, I mean, it's not nearly as bad as it was back in the day when I had to choose to not do some of these. Alright, let's close that. Oh, cool. I changed it pretty much instantly. Nice, nice. My character here. Let's see how much of a delay we have. I kind of wanted to go with like 0 delay, but it looks like we do have a little bit of one. But I'd like to hope that it's a very minor delay. Huh. I thought I made it so that the cursor doesn't capture. Oh, I might have changed that actually. No, that makes sense. Oh yeah, that's right, because this is the game capture thing. Yeah, that's the problem. Alright. Now, if we go over here. Yeah, almost. Well, on my end, it shows no latency, whereas I assume on the browser, there's a little bit of latency. Yeah, it's minor. But now the cursor is not being captured anymore, so you don't have to worry about seeing that on the screen too much. But yeah, we are going to... I guess we can close this now that I have a full understanding that all this is working okay. I like to turn her around specifically so that I can get that sun in the right spot, so that when we're facing towards her we can get a good lighting on her. Doesn't really matter all that much. And then there's the other character I have here who I've literally not used like at all. But let's get in. We're already 17 minutes into the stream and haven't even logged into 14. Should I just move that? Because it keeps popping up here and I don't... What is this? Oh, it says incomplete now. I don't remember that being there before. Discover 100 PO without using a Pomander of Intuition. Oh. What does that give me? Oh, just like a title thing? That's cool. Oh, and these ones tell me actually where, if I've claimed them or not. Cool. Nice, nice. I actually like that a lot. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is going through the palace solo. I still haven't even bothered to go up to the 200 floor stuff. I haven't touched it at all. Alright, close that and close that. Alright, let's see. Selling 5 items. I think I had 8 yesterday, so we might have some money to grab. Did that. Boom. Alright. We are... I want to go through the patch story, but I'm wondering who to go as. I could probably do Dark Knight or Gunbreaker for sure out of my tanks. Healer wise, my Scholar is probably my highest, but I'm not sure. I don't think I can actually do what I would need to do with a Scholar. Yeah, because I'm missing 2 dungeons here, so I can't do the level 80 stuff, but that's because of my patch stuff being missing. So if we go here, Grand Cosmos is the most recent, and It's 430, so my scholar can do that at 447. So that's good. Damn, I was aiming to is it A for the armory chest? I actually don't know. Oh, it's control I. Yeah, I'm not gonna do all that. I was aiming to see if I could get all of the, not that one, like this, the new relic weapons for all of my classes, all my 80s at least. But I fucked up because I didn't grab my summoner one. I don't think I did. Oh, I did grab the summoner one actually. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. This all needs a massive uptick. Except for these. These gloves are fine. But yeah, I'm still rocking like the level 80 gear you get just from becoming a level 80. Then I grabbed this ring to up myself a little bit. My scholar's not doing too hot. Though the other issue I have right now is that my hot bars are all fucked up. So even if I wanted to play scholar, like I'd be having a hard time because I'd be looking all over for all of my stuff. That's right. Take that off because I have them over here minimized in order to just to have them easier to get to because they're not really necessary to have all the time. Repose is also not necessary a lot of the time. My fairy gauge stuff is all gonna have to go in a very particular place. Okay, we got broil, which is our basic damage, and then our damage over time. Here we go. Art of War is my AoE. Physic is my base heal. We have Ruin 2, which is instant, I believe. Yeah. So it should be like that, because that's usually what my combo kind of was. It was mostly just Broil 3, then Biolysis. Is it Biolysis? Or Biolysis? Biolysis. Anyways. 9 times out of 10, because Broil has a 290 potency, this only has 200. So I'd do Broil 3 into Biolysis, and then Art of War if it's an AoE situation, or just Art of War right from the get-go. I used to love just being able to put dots on everyone, and then spread it. That used to be one of my go-tos, but can't do that anymore. Summons should probably go up at the top, honestly. Swiftcast should also go up on this top row. Lucid Dreaming should as well. Adlo should go over here. I think a lot of my pet stuff I want to put mostly on the top, or maybe on the bottom, because it's going to be kind of necessary, and then do my healing stuff all here on the second row. Okay, so let's move Aether Flow and Energy Drain down. XCOG will move down here, move Surecast up. Fey Illumination up there, move this down here. Where's Whispering Dawn? Chain Stratagem, I want to have down here. Lucid Dreaming, I want to have up here. Okay. Where's Fairy to execute Fey Blessing? Restores the HP of all nearby party members. So it's a Medica. Recitation should go down here. So I want to make sure this is all like just fairy serif stuff right here at the top. At the top of your top. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to figure out how I want this to be exactly. It's kind of organized in such a way that it's like almost necessity, kind of. I ruined my own thing because, like I said, I wanted to make sure my fairy stuff was on this little area, but oh, I forgot about the fairy bar. The fairy bar is a pet bar. Alright, that's how I do that. Okay. I think for now, I guess that's going to be fine. So yeah, there's that. I still don't understand why she's not instant cast, though. Like, I don't understand why Summoner got the instant cast, but not Scholar? I mean, there's no difference between Eos and Selene anymore. But I don't understand why it's still a cast bar. I think that's my problem. Because there's no difference in what they are capable of anymore. It used to be that Selene was good at removing detrimental effects on a character, whereas Eos was more for just general healing and had the regen ability. Okay. Illustrate. Okay, actually, yeah, let's do this. I think this requires... This has a cure potency of 800. It costs Aether Flow. This costs Aether Flow. This costs Aether Flow. And that costs Aether Flow. Okay. We'll put the bubble at the end. Indomitability is AoE. Illustrate is single target. Xcog is the page that you will just want to pretty much put on someone as a safety measure. So I guess I'll put that more towards the end. Alright. And Physic is a single target heal. Add Low is our single target heal that adds a shield. Succor is our AoE heal shield combo. And what does this do? Transforms the next Galvanize and Catalyze statuses into HP recovery equaling the amount of damage reduction intended for the shield. Okay. I'm assuming... If I'm correct in my assumption, I think it's recitation without consuming resource. Okay, no, that's not recitation. Or no, yeah, it is this one. While also ensuring critical HP is restored. Because that's it guarantees a crit, which is necessary for add low. Because if you crit, you get the catalyze effect. See, like it says right there, when critical HP is restored, also grants catalyze, which has an even bigger shield, pretty much. So the general idea, if I want to use emergency tactics to its fullest, 15 seconds. So the general idea, I assume, would be to do emergency tactics, then recitation, then add low. Using up both of their effects to give one really big heal. If I so wanted to do a big heal. But at the same time, since emergency tactics has such a short cooldown, potentially it can be used just like this and just use emergency tactics add low to give at least a decent heal. The recitation version, I guess, is more for like a massive heal. But they're still lustrate, so Aether Flow can only be executed while in combat, unfortunately, to give us our charges. And then Energy Drain absorbs a portion of the damage dealt as HP and restores MP. So this is just for restoring MP. This isn't for giving Aether Flow like it is on Summoner, that's right. So this is specifically, but it uses an Aether Flow it uses an Aether Flow to use. So this feels like, I don't like it, honestly. It's like, yes, I understand the MP, but I can use Lucid Dreaming, and if I really need to, then yeah, I guess, but I have so many other, like, I literally have 4 abilities right here that all need a single Aether Flow to cast. And Aether Flow has its own 60-second recast time, so I'm not, I guess when you're doing a big pull, I guess it's not too bad, because then you can just activate Aether Flow the moment the pull starts, put down a Sacred Soil to protect your tank, give them an Excog if things are getting bad, and then these two, Indomitability and Lustrate, become more of a safety net. You make sure that they have add low at the very beginning if you have the ability to recite into add low in order to give a crit shield. So just to make sure that the catalyze effect pops up right there, just to keep your tank a little safe, because shields just straight pretty much reduce damage to almost 0. So at least you have the benefit of that. Oh, my follower goal is blocking my buffs. Excuse me. I might just remove that, actually. I've taken it off before, but oh well. The only thing now that's being covered is the new follower thing is covering up all of my times. But, I mean, that's not a big deal. That's not actually blocking anything super important that needs to be seen at all. So that's at least good. Alright. And then the jar is not really blocking anything all that important either. Because I think I was talking about down here, I have my sprint and stuff. But, like, and there's my gill right below that. But, it's not really necessary to be seen, honestly. Okay, but yeah. Start off a big pull, Sacred Soil where they need to be, or more accurately, it should probably be recitation into add low on the tank, then place down Sacred Soil on top of the area where they're fighting, because by that point they've settled. Then Excog onto the tank immediately to make sure that if their health is getting low, you're good there. Then probably do Whispering Dawn in order to give everyone a regen, because unfortunately the problem, it depends on your preference of heal. I leveled Scholar, which I think is weird for me because Scholar is not my type of healer. I like regen healing. I like the idea that your healing is really powerful, but also there's a constant influx of healing for your character, whether it be minor or not, is always beneficial. Whereas Scholar-based healers and Astro-based healers that are using the Nocturnal Sect are shield-based healers, where the idea of their whole kit is to nullify some of that damage so you don't have to do as much healing. Which is a good thing, because potency-wise, the healing that you get on a Scholar is not amazing. Like, Physic right here has a cure potency of 400. I'm pretty sure that's increased since original. like a wild guess. Let's go to traits. Maim and Mend. Increases the base action damage and HP restoration by 10%. And then Maim and Mend again here. And we don't get anything major until we get to 78 when it comes to healing stuff, because Sacred Soil gets an added benefit that it heals over time as well. That's at 78. That's almost max level just to get that one little benefit. Like, that is crazy. Whereas on your actual action tree, you have Embrace, which the fairy takes care of that, which is only 150 potency heal. Whispering Dawn, as I said, that's this one for regen. And it also has a cure potency of 120, so it's not massive by any means. And then there's Fey Illumination, which increases healing magic potency of all her party members and reducing magical damage. This one is kind of iffy because of the way that the game has set up how damage hits. It's sometimes hard to tell whether an enemy will have magical damage or not. 9 times out of 10, it's just easy if you count it as an elemental situation. Like, what are you fighting? Oh, a giant machine. 9 times out of 10, obviously that doesn't make sense to be magical. Though Magitech is a thing, so it's confusing in that regard as well. But so, a lot of the times I don't use Fey Illumination nearly as often as I feel like I should. Only because I always worry that I'm going to end up using it to reduce magic damage in addition to my healing. I usually use it just for the healing bonus. Really, that is the reason I use it. I use it as a healing magic potency buff rather than reducing magic damage. Similar to how, what is it, like Dark Missionary, I think, for Dark Knight is specifically a magic shield, an AoE magic shield. Same idea, at least. But yeah, so we have Whispering Dawn, obviously, the Fey Elimination. Then we have Aether Pact, which causes them to cast Fey Union, which literally just tags them to a particular person, usually being the tank. Then we have Fey Blessing, restores the HP of all nearby party members. So this is an instant Medica, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Medica, because it doesn't have regen or anything. But it uses 10 of the Fey gauge. And it says orders Fairy, so I'm going to take a guess and say it doesn't matter if you have Seraph active. Because I think Seraph's stuff, I think once you switch over to Seraph, it just switches all of her abilities. So like that's where Fey Blessing is. But yeah, here we go. When you summon Seraph, if I remember correctly, they immediately cast this one. Yeah, restores target's HP. This is really good for, I guess, if you have, like, once you get to a boss, summon Seraph in order to have it for at least a little bit while your gauge is going down, pretty much. I think it's actually a time-based thing. Yeah, it has a 22-second duration, whereas Aether Pact, I should say, the Fey Union, has a duration based on the overall bar, like your Fey gauge. Which 9 times out of 10, I try to make sure the Fey gauge is full before using Aether Pact, and I tend to use Aether Pact only in like boss fights. The problem with that is that the Fey Union forces the fairy to stick to a very particular location, and if the tank is nowhere near that location or they move away from that location, the fairy will just disengage the Fey Union, but they won't send the fairy back to you. Instead, the fairy will stay there until they can reconnect to the tank to use up the rest of the Fey gauge. But it's a pretty decent single target healing chain, pretty much, which I think is pretty good. Consolation. This is one of those ones that you want to use while Seraph is still active no matter what. Like, if anything, activate Seraph, get them out, and immediately use Consolation. And then when they're right about to run out and there's a couple seconds left, pop it again. Because that's why, I mean, it has charges, why not? But yeah, Seraphic Veil is like the basic, if I remember correctly, that's the Embrace situation. So they do that on their own, if I remember correctly. And then there's Angel's Whisper, which is just Whispering Dawn, but when Seraph is out. Which, if I remember correctly, it still does the same thing. Yeah, gradually restores HP of all party members, 120 potency, 21 seconds. Whispering Dawn, 120, 21 seconds. Yeah, it's literally the same thing. Though, if I remember correctly, anytime Seraph heals, she adds a shield automatically. So if you do the regen, I assume it does the same thing. So likely you want to pop Seraph, pop Angel's Whisper, Angel's Illumination, and Consolation, like right away. Just so it's there. As some of these do not stack with their fairy version. Like the Angel's Whisper doesn't say that it doesn't. So who knows, maybe you can get Angel's Whisper to stack with Whispering Dawn, but Seraph stays out for 22 seconds, so if you cast Angel's Whisper like midway through, then maybe. But if you cast it at the very beginning, then obviously it won't be around long enough. Seraphic Illumination is the same, I think. 10, 5, 20. 10, 5, 20. Yep, same thing. And then Consolation restores HP of all nearby party members. Oh, yeah. So this is just Fey Blessing. Yeah, all nearby party members for 350. All nearby party members, but this one has a 300 cure potency and gives a magic barrier. It's the only real difference. It gives a barrier and has slightly less potency. Okay, that's not bad. I understand what I can do with this. Whew. I feel weird because I'm like, okay, like Rescue's going to be off to the side mostly because I don't know how often that'll ever be used. You can click on my fairy. Okay, I have to run. I will be right back. Alright, we're back. Just had to take a quick bathroom break. We'll switch back over to our live scene. It says I had a couple of skipped frames. Hopefully that wasn't anything too major. It does worry me a little bit. But to be fair, I am kind of pushing it a bit. I feel like I'm doing 1080 60, so it feels like I'm pushing it a slight bit. Oh wow. They have the positional markers on the ferry? I feel like that's weird. We don't attack the ferry. No, maybe you can't. Well, no, because the ferry doesn't technically have its own health bar. Not anymore, anyways. It used to. Like now, it's just a thing. It's like an NPC, pretty much. So, I don't know how that would work. It's weird. I don't know why the positional markers are there. It's very weird. Oh well. While I'm at it, if I do that, does that change it? It does. Woo! I had no idea. I was just taking a wild shot in the dark on that one. Alright. So. I think I'm good with this stuff being set this way. Having my fairies be right there is fine. Swift cast right next to resurrection, because that's going to be very important. All of my fairy stuff being right up top there, I'm okay with. Really, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this is set up right now. The issue I see is just, I feel like this is pushing it a bit. These guys just getting all up in that way, but alright, what's deployment tactics do? Extends galvanize effect cast on self or target to nearby party members. Oh yeah, that's right. So this is really good in tandem. Timing remaining. Oh yeah, the duration is whatever is remaining. It's only galvanize effects, so as long as I don't use emergency tactics, I'm fine. But I get I couldn't test it here. That's the problem. If I had someone to test it with, it'd be easier. But oh, actually, you know what? I think I can. We'll go test it with my chocobo. Just summon up my chocobo and have it be that way, because then I can cast it on myself and use them as my target for the emergency or the deployment tactics, I should say. I should zoom out a bit. Oh, also, that's right. I meant to do this. Is it UI? No. Display names. There we go. Minimize. Hide. No, there we go. Yeah, minimize. So that's the NPCs will show, but not everyone will. Show all shows the bars. Minimize. Just because it's going to make everything a little cleaner. Like, I can still click on a person and see their name, which kind of sucks, I guess. Show default. Oh, it counts for that as well? No, it counts for all of that, I guess. Wait, is that? Oh, it takes away mine, too. But what if I want to show mine? What is show? Okay, show default is the thing I'm having a problem with. I feel like I don't want others to show as much. Hey, welcome back, Ian. Party members during battle, yeah. Always? Yeah. That works. We got NPCs, the names are always visible. My name is pretty much always visible, which I'm okay with. Others, really, really only want to see them in combat or when they're targeted. I'm okay with that. What else? What else? There's something else I'm forgetting that I needed to correct. Okay, we are definitely coming through. Just had to make sure. Oh god, now my brain is not letting me know what I was trying to do. Oh, it was targeting. That's what it was. Target select. Disable targeting. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Enable auto target when no target is specified. Automatically face target. Yada yada yada. These are all fine. I have to apply it, obviously. Damn. The easiest way to test this would be with more people around a singular NPC, unfortunately. Target nearest mouse cursor. That doesn't really matter because my mouse cursor won't always be in the good spot. I'm going to be here lurking to give you my view. Appreciate it. I mean, don't we all? But yeah, I do appreciate the lurk. Well, weapon is sheathed. Wait, is that shift tab? No. No, doesn't change. Huh. I know a controller was just D-pad to switch targets. Field to remove target. Yeah, see, this is what I'm worried about, is that I'm trying to hit the NPC, but not the player near the NPC. Like, yes, it'll make it easier to not have to worry about as much because they're highlighted, but... Alright, I need to go to an area where there's more people, so it's easier to test. Maybe, yeah, we'll actually just swap those. Alright. Okay, so deployment. Okay, yeah, that's right. I wanted to test that in a second. Let's go here. Let's go to the amphitheater. There's near enough ice. Oh, maybe not. I don't see a lot of people here. Okay, there's enough that I could make it work. Okay. Okay, there's the good outline situation, which I don't think was there before, I feel like. Nope, never mind. Person looked familiar, but I'm like, wait, no, they shouldn't be here. They're on a completely different server. Where are the other ones, actually, now that I think about it? Is it over this way or is it over that way? I don't remember. It's over this way. Yay. Okay. Let's look at some of our abilities. Change stratagem. Increases rate at which target takes critical hits by 10%. Damn, this person's not covered in people either. Can I go into the area? See if maybe that works? Actually, move that. Oh. No, there's not nearly enough people here either. Damn. Oh well, I'm gonna have to deal with it for now, I guess. Oh, I see. Getting real choppy right there. Yeah. Okay, we're now out in the open, so that choppiness is getting real bad. Is it moving, maybe? Yeah, the combination of high graphics and whatnot and moving is making it real choppy. Alright. I'll change that. Where was it? It was like around here or something? Yeah. Okay, so we'll keep this, but we'll have to downgrade this, I guess. Or, okay, what should I set this down to? Should be a resolution downgrade and then keep the frame rate up? Problem is, if I downgrade the resolution, I'm gonna have to resize all of the bits and bobs and whatnot. Yeah, because we're now having an issue actually keeping it at 60. I guess my best bet is probably reducing the resolution down to 720 and keeping the frame rate up at 60. It's probably going to work out the best. Unless I want to drop down the frame rate to 30 and leave the resolution high. No. I think it would be better just change the resolution down to 720. Alrighty, everybody. We're gonna be right back. I'm just gonna see if we can get this squared away. Unfortunately, this is one of the few things I can't change while the stream's still going. And that is my fault. So I apologize. Okay, that's its own thing. Maybe it's on here? Yada yada yada. Okay. Yeah. So apologies, everyone. We are going to end the stream just for a bit. So bear with me as I try to fix this issue. We are dropping frames, which is unfortunate. I was hoping we could do 1080-60, but I apparently wasn't paying attention when it was actually dropping. And yeah. We were doing fine with 720/30 before, so I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to drop the resolution to 720 and keep it at 60 FPS just so that the everything looks fluid. Maybe it doesn't look as amazing, but it still looks fluid. I think that's going to be our best bet. But we'll be right back.